The jungles of Terra 9 were older than Earth's fossil record. A planet shrouded in primeval mist and cloaked in towering trees, where the sunlight barely pierced the canopy, and the air trembled with the weight of forgotten time. It had no cities, no intelligent life, at least none that humanity had recognized. But it had something else. Monsters. Genetically perfect prehistoric predators, some recreated by bioengineering, others native to the planet and evolved in isolation for millions of years. Saber-beaked raptors, thunder lizards with armor-plated hides, even airborne serpents that used magnetic fields to glide silently between cliffs. Terra 9 was hell for most, but for the hunters, it was home. Captain Elias Vorn, a battle-scarred veteran of the colonial frontier wars, led the team. He had lost his right leg to a plasma mine 10 years ago, but the synthetic one that replaced it made him even faster. With him was Dr. Kayla Meyerl, a paleogeneticist who once worked for Geni Tech, the very company that had terraformed Terra 9 and unleashed the predators. Kayla wasn't there to hunt. She was there to stop what was coming. A corporate black site on Terra 9 had been experimenting with cross-dimensional DNA splicing. Not only had they recreated extinct species, they had begun importing DNA from other timelines. And something had gone wrong. An apex predator, never before seen by human eyes, had emerged and wiped out an entire outpost in 6 minutes. The company called it Project Veros. Kayla called it a mistake. Elia's squad included Rook, a sarcastic sniper with a kill count that made most soldiers blush. Ori, an AI-integrated combat android with a ghost of a human past. And Jax, Kayla's former lover and one of the best trappers in the galaxy. Tensions between Kayla and Jax hadn't healed, especially after the death of Kayla's sister, who had also been a hunter and died under Jax's command. Still, they dropped into the green hell of Terra 9, following the scattered emergency pings from the lost outpost. The jungle was alive with death. They encountered early resistance, an oversized tyrannosaur variant with 2 auxiliary brains and skin that hardened in response to sonic vibrations. Elias barely survived, losing his left arm before Ori downed the beast with a molecular disruptor. They skinned the creature to study its mutations, finding spliced alien protein strands embedded in its muscle tissue. "This planet's mutating the predators even faster than we thought," Kayla whispered, stunned. But worse signs awaited. They found an abandoned research tower. Inside, silence. Not destruction, no blood, no bodies, just silence. And then the markings on the walls, carved by claws that defied biological logic, like the creature had intended to scare them. "This wasn't a kill," Jax murmured. "This was a message." That night, they camped on a cliffside. Kayla confronted Jax. "You left her," she said, eyes burning. "I tried to save her. She trusted you." "I lost her too, Kayla." A long silence. He reached for her not with apology but with grief. And she leaned in against her own will. Their kiss was not gentle, but it was human in a place where humanity was vanishing. Then came the storm, not of weather, but Veros. The predator descended like a nightmare rewritten in flesh. It had no eyes, just thermal pits across a skull of bone ridges. Its body shimmered, partially phasing through matter. It moved faster than any drone could track. In seconds, Rook was dead, spine snapped mid-sentence. Ori launched a counterattack, only for Veros to infect her code with an electromagnetic pulse. They fled. Kayla realized Veros wasn't just hunting. It was learning, adapting, becoming the apex across all environments. Elias laid a trap using sonic detonators and flash fusion rounds, but Veros avoided them as if it had already seen the ambush in a dream. Jax was wounded. Kayla refused to leave him. Elias made a decision. He would stay behind and fight Veros alone. He had a plan, a nuclear core overload from his artificial leg, rigged with a proximity trigger. "Go," he told Kayla, "and live. Don't let this place be forgotten." He stood atop the crumbling tower as Veros approached. He smiled. "You're not the first monster I've faced." Then light. A sun ignited in the jungle. Kayla and Jax escaped on a damaged dropship, watching the fireball consume the valley. But it wasn't the end. Veros survived. Its outer body burned, its regeneration slowed, but it endured, and it followed. Back at the orbital station above Terra 9, Kayla prepared her last gambit. She had taken Elia's data, studied Veros's biology, and made a serum, one that would make her part of the Predator's frequency. Not to become it, but to understand it, control it. "I won't lose anyone else," she told Jax, injecting the serum. He tried to stop her. She kissed him one last time. "You still owe me a life," she whispered. Then she descended back to Terra 9. Veros waited, but Kayla didn't run. She stood before it, breathing in sync with its movements. The serum connected her to its thoughts, not words, but emotions. Pain, isolation, rage. It was not a weapon. It was a child of a broken science, born to dominate because it had never known compassion. She reached out her hand. Veros lunged, but stopped. Its claws hovered inches from her face. It saw her. Kayla knelt before it, not in submission but in understanding. And the Predator howled, not in fury but in something close to sorrow. She had done what no weapon could. She tamed the unthinkable. Years later, Terra 9 became a sanctuary, not a war zone. Kayla remained, the bridge between species, watched over by the creature once designed to end everything. Hunters still came, but not for blood. They came to witness the impossible. A woman and a monster who had found a new path, through pain, through science, and through love. And in that savage wilderness, evolution took a different turn, guided by mercy.